Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, friends. Let's continue with the depreciation. I am page number 24 and the change in method of depreciation, right? From CA Foundation book. Revision of the estimated useful life of property, plant, and equipment. This is quite possible. When the machine is put into use, there can be additional capacity building that can happen, right? Let's say like additional capacity building. This can happen by adding an additional program to an existing asset, or by adding some features to the existing equipment. Productivity can improve. Sorry. Productivity can improve, and also the units that gets produced. So these are all part of frequent R&D, research and development, that happen on the plant, on the machinery, on the equipment, etc. This is the life of the asset can be increased, and wherein the see, it can probably have like the production will increase, or the residual value of the machine can still come down, like giving more productivity, or the useful life of the asset can improve as well, right? So there can be multiple factors that can happen because of this. So in accordance with the accounting standards, like the estimates of estimated life of the asset can be revised. So, and let's see, for example, a machine costing. Okay, such as illustration given here. Illustration 12. Illustration 12. Machine costing 6 lakh rupees is depreciated on straight line basis, assuming 10 years working life and nil residual value, right? So for 3 years, the estimated the estimate of remaining useful life after third year was reassessed as 5 years. Okay, required calculate depreciation for the fourth year. Okay, so the cost of the asset is equal to 6 lakhs. 6 lakhs. Useful life of the asset. Useful life of the asset is 10 years. 10 years. Straight line method depreciation. So depreciation per year is equal to, there is no residual value, so depreciation per year is equal to 6 lakhs divided by 10 years. So per year it will be depreciated at rupees 60,000 per year, right? So total depreciation up to year 3 is equal to 60,000 into 3. 1,80,000 is the total amount that got depreciated in the first 3 years. Now residual value, uh, book value, I'll say the book value at the end of year 3 is equal to 6 lakhs minus depreciation up to 3 years, that is 4,20,000. Now it has been decided that the machine will last only for 6 years, right? The estimated useful life of the asset after third year was reassessed as 5 years. So estimated revised estimated life of the asset is equal to 5 years. So no residual value, amount to be depreciated, now remaining useful life, remaining useful life of the asset is equal to 2 years. So depreciation for year 4 and 5 is equal to 4,20,000 divided by 2. That is 2,20,000 has to be depreciated for year 4 and 5. Otherwise, the estimated okay, fine. So I'm in a mistake here. Estimated remaining revised estimate useful life of the asset is equal to revised estimate of useful life of the asset is equal to say that here 8 years. 8 years. remaining useful life of the asset is equal to 5 years. So amount to be depreciated per year is equal to 4,20,000 divided by 5, which is 84,000 has to be depreciated from year 4 to year 8. Here you can see here the estimate of remaining useful life after third year was reassessed as 5 years. So after 3 years it has been reassessed. Instead of 7 years it has been reassessed as 5 years. So the depreciation has to be charged at rupees 84,000 per year. Now what will happen to revaluation of property? Now we are talking about the first example. What we saw is on revision of the estimated useful life of the asset. Now this next concept that comes in is revaluation of the property of property, plant and equipment. That's what we saw at the beginning of the class. Like by adding an additional capacity, by adding, so it not only increases the life of the asset but also increases the value of the asset, or due to consistent production improvement, etc., the value of the asset can be increased or decreased, or increased or decreased. So the asset has to be revalued basis its current performance and also basis its current capacity. Cost of the asset can be revalued as well. So the accounting treatment again still remains, like the depreciation has to be revisited, and then the accounting treatment has to be revisited as well. So revaluation can result in increase in asset increase. It can be increase in asset cost or decrease in asset cost. Decrease in asset cost. So increase in asset, decrease in asset. This increase can further be divided into, like it can directly get credited to the asset account, or it can get created to an exception account, right? It can, because it can be treated separately by creating it to an exception account or a subsequent increase account, etc. Similarly, decrease in asset can be charged to the asset account, or it can be treated separately as an exception and depreciation charged accordingly, right? So there is always a different possibility of treatment, and depends upon how the company wants to evaluate the increase or decrease in the life or cost of the asset. Hope this is clear, right? Please go through this, and then let me come back. Please come back to me for any queries or clarifications on this particular topic, and also get yourself understanding clear on the revision can happen on the life of the asset or on the book value of the asset as well. Please come back to me at babupriya@redmail.com with any of your queries or clarifications, and let me know for any queries or doubts on this particular class. Thank you, friends, and have a great day.